So hello and welcome guys, this is Ashutosh and I welcome all of you in this new video tutorial session of power electronics. And today I have presented over here speed control of separately excited DC motor by firing angle control of SCR. Here you can see the DC motor, separately excited DC motor is connected. This is the motor, okay, and the values are already set here. This is DC motor. I have named it DC motor. Armature, where armature resistance is value 0.5 ohm, inductance, armature inductance 0.01 Henry, field resistance 75 ohm, field inductance 0.02, moment of inertia 0.4, rated voltage. Okay, all these parameters are set, and this is field and this is armature. Okay, and this is, I have taken speed sensor. Here I have connected speed sensor. Okay, gain is 10 and there is torque sensor is connected, gain is 50, and the general load is connected. This is the load is connected on the motor shaft, and I have connected the voltage probe for measurement of readings, okay, for speed and torque. So guys, what is happening here? And here you can see half controlled wave rectifier is used here for in order to control the speed of DC motor. And here only one thyristor is there, and then gating block is connected. This is the gating block, frequency set 50 and switching points or conduction angle 30 to 180, means firing angle is 30 degrees. So what happens guys, here by changing this firing angle, you can change the speed of motor, you can control the speed of motor. So what are the waveforms? I will show you. These are the waveforms we input. You can see over here, this is the input waveform. Okay, then our motor output, what is the voltage output? This is the motor output voltage, and then output current, this is the output current, and speed sensor tells you the speed, what is the speed, and it is quite well, it is quite good. Okay, you can see over here in RPMs, this is the speed, and you can see here, and the speed is above 2000 RPM, okay, at 30 degree firing angle. You can see here torque sensor also reads the value of torque, 50 Newton meter is there, okay, and the speed is above 2000 RPM. You can clearly see here in the waveform. So guys, now we have to increase the value of firing angle. So I am putting this waveform behind beside this circuit diagram, so you can see, you can check this, what are the waveforms of half controlled rectifier form, half controlled rectifier. Okay, so these are the waveforms. Okay, so let's start. Now we are going to control the speed, and we are going to increase the firing angle from 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree onwards. Okay, and let's see what happens guys. So let's start, and first of all guys, we will understand about this speed control DC motor, and this is the first slide I am presenting over here. Okay, concept. What is the concept? Basically, the versatile control characteristics of DC motor have contributed in the extensive use of DC motor in the industry, and with the increasing use of power semiconductor units, the speed control of DC motor is increasingly getting sophisticated and precise, and speed of DC motor is controlled by controlling the armature. So there are various methods guys, you know, by controlling the armature resistance control, by controlling field resistance, and by changing voltage across armature. So there are three methods, you know, and basically half controlled, half converter, semi converter, full converter, dual converter are some of the thyristor based circuits which are used for speed control of DC motor. And we have used today in this video tutorial I have used half control converter, and you can see the block diagram. This is the AC voltage, single phase AC voltage source. This is the SCR thyristor, and this is the DC motor, separately excited DC motor. So what happens, guys, actually we are using SCR phase angle controlled. Okay, we are controlling the firing angle of SCR. So by changing the firing angle alpha, variable DC output voltage can be obtained, you know. Okay, and single phase low power and as well as three phase high and very high power supply can be used. Okay, so guys, what is the property? The line current is unidirectional, but the output voltage can reverse polarity. Hence, two quadrant operation is possible. Also, four quadrant is also possible using two sets of controlled rectifier. So here we are using half controlled single SCR controlled method. So basically, what is DC motor? DC motor is electric motor that runs on direct current electrically. You know very well. DC motor works on works based on Lorentz force. In DC motor, voltage is proportional to speed. And what are the advantages of DC motor? It is low initial cost, high reliability, simple control of motor speed. That's why it is used. Okay, and what are the three methods of speed control? You can see from here. These are the different methods of speed control, field control, armature control, supply voltage control. So guys, earlier you must have studied in your theory classes. Field control can be done by field diverter, by using field diverter, tapped field control, parallel field control. Armature control can be achieved by armature resistance control, shunted armature control, and armature terminal voltage control. And third method is supply voltage can be achieved by Ward-Leonard method, power electronics converter, and controlled rectifier. So these are the different methods. So we are using firing angle control of SCR. So what is the basically relation between speed? This is the speed and voltage. So basically back EMF, you know the expression for the back EMF EB equal to P phi NZ upon 60A, and P, Z, 60A are constants. You know P number of poles, Z armature conductors, number of armature conductors, A is parallel path. These are constants. So back EMF is directly proportional to flux per pole into speed. N is speed. Therefore, you can write speed is directly proportional to back EMF upon flux. Basically, speed and flux are inversely proportional. Okay, guys, and here you can see EB can be written as VT, terminal voltage is V, or VT minus IARA. So you can write N is proportional to V minus IARA upon flux. So if this motor is considered a DC shunt motor where flux is always constant, so guys, you can keep this flux constant, so speed becomes directly proportional to VT minus IARA. And if this motor is considered as a DC series motor, for DC series motor, what happens? Field current becomes equal to armature current. Therefore, you can write this. Okay, so basically we have used separately excited motor here, and that is equal to DC shunt motor. So this relation will be used. Okay, the speed is directly proportional to V. So if terminal voltage increases, speed increases. If terminal voltage falls, speed falls. So let's see, guys, what happens next. And this is the Ward-Leonard control of controlling the voltage. Okay, this is the industrial method, and it has very smooth control over speed, but its cost is high. Some disadvantages are there, more losses are there, less efficiency. So basically that's why power electronic devices are used, and we can use thyristor or controlled rectifier converters. Okay, so guys, next see. So here we have used, you can see the formula, the average output voltage of single phase half wave converter drive is Vm upon 2 pi 1 plus cos alpha. You can see this is the, and also freewheeling diode is connected over here across this DC machine. Okay, you can see DC armature, So basically reverse polarity does not come, okay, in the voltage waveform. So basically this is the relation: average output voltage equal to V max upon 2 pi in bracket 1 plus cos alpha. So we have to control alpha. So if alpha increases, okay guys, suppose alpha is 30 degree, then it becomes 60 degree, 90 degree. So if alpha increases, the value of cos alpha decreases. Okay guys, so by increasing firing angle, the cos alpha value decreases, therefore average output voltage also decreases and speed also decreases. So we will see the relation later. Okay, this is the relation: firing angle, here is the firing angle, then starting torque and no load speed. You can see clearly from this diagram, when firing angle is 0 degree, Newton meter torque 54 and radian per second speed is 27. And when firing angle is increased 45 degree, up this is 45 degree, then torque is decreased, it becomes 46.1 from 54 value. Then the speed also you can see it becomes 23. Earlier it was 27. And when firing angle is 90 degree, you can see the torque in Newton meter, it becomes 27 and speed also decreases. It means you can say guys, okay, when firing angle increases, the value of cos alpha decreases, then torque decreases and speed decreases. So this is the graph you can plot. Okay, so we can directly go to the our PSIM simulation, where we can just simulate the same speed control. So we have seen in this diagram what was the speed. You can see this is the input, motor input, okay, sinusoidal AC supply, and you can see motor output voltage, then load current. You can see the load current, and you can see the speed sensor is connected for measurement. So speed, it tells the speed. So 30 degree, for 30 degree firing angle, you can clearly see the speed is above 2000 rpm. Okay, and what is the value of torque? You can see the torque, the value of torque is 50 Newton meter. You can see. Now we will increase the firing angle. So see what happens. Now we are increasing the firing angle, change by 30 to 60. Okay, now it becomes 60. Now see what happens. We have changed the firing angle from 30 degree up to 60 degree, 60 to 180. Conduction period is 60 to 180. Now see what happens. Just simulate, and now see what happens. Here you can see the speed is, you can cancel this and run simulation again. So select V input, this is the V input, then motor output. You can see the motor output voltage waveform like this. Okay, because firing angle is changed, so waveform is changed. And then you can see load current. This is the load current, and what is the speed of motor? Sensor tells us. Now speed becomes, okay, here you can see this is the 1500 mark. This mark is 1500, and now it is less. Okay, you can clearly see this is the 2000 rpm, and it is between 1500 to 2000 rpm now when firing angle is 60 degree. Also you can see the torque. What is the torque? You can clearly see torque is reduced from 50 to it is between 40 to 50 Newton meter. You can clearly see here torque is between, and it is well below 50 Newton meter. Then again you can change the firing angle. Now the firing angle becomes 90. Okay, now the firing angle becomes 90 from 60. So we will see what are the changes. Now run simulation again. You can select V input, then motor output, V motor. Then you can see the difference in voltage output. It becomes like this, and you can see the output current as well. Output current is like this. because DC motor is treated like RLE load. Must remember, because DC motor is considered as RLE load, that's why there is a reverse voltage appears in the voltage waveform. You can clearly see here, and conduction will sustain up to here. Okay, you can see the flow of load current, and due to reverse polarity, current is conducting. It does not stop. Okay, so during this and during the reverse polarity of inductor, it becomes conducting. So it is continuous up to here. And what happens, you can see the speed sensor. Now see the speed, it is now between 800 rpm up to 800 to 1000 rpm. You can see here it has been reduced. You can see from this diagram the speed is reducing. Also you can see the diagram torque. What is the value of torque? Now it becomes this much. Okay, it is close to 40. Then these are the waveforms you can clearly see. Now I am putting this waveform beside this circuit, and you can compare what is happening. And also you can change the firing angle. So now what happens? Firing angle is increasing. Finally the conclusion you can conclude, when the firing angle of SCR is increasing, then the value of cos alpha decreasing, therefore average output voltage is decreasing, and therefore speed is decreasing. So that's it for today guys. Thank you.